Make sure my audio stuff is right. Right. Make sure I'm recording. Earbuds in. All right. Right. See, I'm recording. Well, guess we're here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's yo boy Jay. This is Football Talk Reacts. And tonight, I got something very special for you guys. I got EA reveals what to expect in college football 26, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe it? 26. I still can't believe we even got 25. Now 26 on them? Yay, relax. I'm still trying to get over 25. But love to see it. Shout out to Eric Rayweather once again. I already know this is going to be a wonderful video. If you want to watch the original video, it will be the first link in the pinned comment of this video. So go over there, show him some love, and let him know that you watch my video and watch his as well. No more talking. Let's get into it.
Closer and closer to the release of College Football 26, just a few months away, and today we got a little bit of info from one of the higher ups at EA who just did an interview. Now, most of us are still enjoying college
How do I
football,
be missing these
but we're
interviews, man?
interested to see what's going to come in a few
Bro,
months
I
when
gotta watch
college
one of
comes
these.
out, because now that we're on that yearly release cycle like a Madden or an NBA 2K, that's when things sometimes get a little tricky. We don't see the big jumps from year to year with a lot of games, and a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
people
true.
don't like buying them
I
every
already,
year
I,
like we
I
all
already know
would.
people
With
gonna be
College Football
complaining.
25 being received pretty well, I think a lot of people are very interested to get the next iteration of the game, because while the game was fun, there's definitely still a number of things that they can add to the game that they're going to be looking to add this year. And also, a lot of people are going to be very interested to see what other things they clean up about the game, like certain things with gameplay. Now, we're going to be getting tons of news and leaks over the next few months, so if you don't want to miss out on any of that, make sure you subscribe and turn the bell icon on, because you're not going to want to miss any of that info when it drops. So let's get into the info today. One of the EA Sports executives, Daryl Holt, did an interview with, I believe, The Athletic, and
Shout out to
Sports
Daryl.
Gamers Online has posted the details of that interview, so I'm going to be reading off of their website. This is the same guy that was doing interviews around this time last year where he was speaking a little bit more in depth about the game, so it's good to hear them come out and talk about it, as we're really just a few months away from kind of seeing the game unveiled. Usually around
Damn,
late
that's
April or
crazy to think
May,
about.
we'll start getting some trailers and some information, so we're kind of getting close. Now,
We
here in the
we are
article on
close
Sports
to
Gamers
it.
Online, it says last year EA Sports College Football made its grand return, and we couldn't stop talking about it. The game was released with positive reviews, and now fans are starting to wonder what's in store for the next installment. Well, according to EA Sports executive Daryl Holt, College Football 26 will have some new features that were left off of last game. In an interview with The Athletic, Daryl Holt talked about the upcoming college football game and teased some big things coming. He said, "We've got a lot of things still to come. We release a game, we understand what's important to players, what they play, and what they would like changed, improved, or added. This is a game for fans built by college football fans ourselves, and we want it to be the type of relationship to understand what's important to them." With such a great return, fans can expect much more from College Football 26, such as a deeper road to glory, new gameplay mechanics, and more. In addition, Holt hinted at the possibility of the game coming to other platforms. We'll look at other opportunities, other platforms. And it also says here that Electronic Arts CEO Andrew Wilson discussed the possibility of the Madden NFL series coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, so EA is very much looking into releasing its football games on more platforms.
I
But more
do remember
platforms
hearing
could
about that.
also mean PC, so that's something to kind of look
That's why I
forward
was
to in the
thinking of
future. For
PC.
Switch fans, you're probably going to be getting Madden and college football sometime down the line when the Switch 2 comes out, but PC is still the big one that a lot of people want to see, because once it's on PC, then people can mod the
The
game and make
whole,
it
yeah,
even
I was just about to
crazier.
say the modding
Now, in terms
community
of
of
some of the things he
college is
talked about,
is
like a deeper
crazy.
road to glory, that is something we have been hearing in leaks and rumors for the past few months. I've made several videos about it. We know one
Facts.
of the bigger things they're going to likely be trying to do for this game is adding high school to road to glory, because it was one of the top 2 or 3 complaints about 25.
Which
And
I
there's
didn't even
actually some
realize it
rumors
was
that we're
like that.
probably
It
going
was
to be
gonna be
seeing
that
that
big of
added.
a
I
complaint.
also would expect them to add more positions, as you could only be 5 different positions in that mode. And with it being a career type mode, you really need more positions. So we could see 1 or 2 more positions added, which would be cool. And even aside from that, who knows what else they might be looking to add. We also know they're going to be doing stuff for Dynasty that wasn't mentioned in the article, but that kind of goes without saying. Dynasty is the lifeblood of the entire game. Obviously, Road to Glory and online play are important, but Dynasty is going to be the flagship, the biggest mode. So they're going to be doing some changes
Dynasty is
there as well.
top
I think it
dog.
goes without
That's
saying.
why
I
a lot of
like
people
you mentioned Road to
even
Glory
played
specifically
college
because
football,
that
got
was the
into it.
one mode in this game this year that kind of felt was the most empty. And that's the one that they're going to probably be adding more to just because it needs more things added. In terms of new gameplay mechanics, that's also big because I thought gameplay was one of the strongest points about this game, but you always want
Me
to see new
too.
mechanics added. You want to see things adjusted. You want to
One of the
see
biggest
things
complaints
tweaked because you don't want to be playing the
I
exact same
saw
game every
was
year. So I'm curious to see
defense.
what mechanics we're going to get. I mean, this game
Defense being
introduced the new throwing system. It introduced the switch
really
stick. It
bad. Well, not
introduced
really
things
bad, kind
like
of bad.
disguising coverage shells and a number of other things. So the team that is kind of working on college football, although they do work on Madden as well for gameplay, some of these new guys they brought in for this game, they've definitely been innovating a little bit. So I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with 26. And it's good to hear that they're still looking to add those new mechanics because that means they're not kind of resting on the laurels of 25. They're trying to make it even better. Now we're going to continue on with some other news that is very interesting about this upcoming game. Now something else interesting that's kind of looming for the upcoming College Football 26 game is that EA could be forced to play payers significantly more money than they did this last time around, which
I
could
just recently
also
saw
be
this about like
problematic. Now I do feel like
two or
EA would
three
like you
days
to pay the
ago.
players because I think
A
without
lot of people
players,
talking about
yeah,
that.
you can still release the game, but now people are used to having real players in game. I think it would
Facts.
be really problematic for them if they decided to go generic rosters just because players wanted more money.
I
And
mean,
I also think because of just how well College Football 25
that's
sold,
what they
I
used
think
to
that
do.
they can kind of argue that it's worth paying them more money because they made so much more than they originally expected to make. So paying players more really shouldn't be a problem. However, whenever players
It
or
can't be
anybody
too
is
high
asking
though.
for more money, there always is the possibility of things going left. So basically what's happening now is there's a new company called Pathway Sports and Entertainment, and what they're doing is they're kind of aggressively going after these scholarship players in college football. Now they've already got the rights to the name, image, and likeness of a lot of top players from schools like Alabama, Georgia, Texas Tech, Oregon, and more. And basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to kind of pull all the scholarship players under their licensing. And by doing this, the company is seeking more money for those players to be used in game. Now, there's an article here on GameSpot that says the overall
That's
vision is
interesting.
for athletes to make more money than we saw in the first year of the video game. We are creating mutual value here. This is a good thing for athletic directors, coaches, and schools because they are trying to create legit opportunities for their players. Now, EA doesn't have any involvement with Pathway at this point, but if Pathway can sign up all or most of the athletes that EA wants to get in their game, then the video game publisher will either have to agree to a new deal or go without star players who helped make the franchise into one of EA Sports' top sellers. So again, 25 blew away expectations sales-wise. So they definitely can justify paying players more money, but you also have to figure that if they did not have real players in this game, 25 would not have sold nearly as well as it did. Now, it would have still sold really well. It would have been a really big success either way. But if you remove actual legit real players, you definitely have to think that the numbers would have been low.
So, got a junior question here. When he said it wouldn't have sold as well if they didn't have the real players, my question is, so, I mean, it would, in my opinion. Obviously, nowadays, a lot of people know more of the college players, but I think the hype was so big and so like out of this like world that even if there was no like actual players, I feel like would have like broke some records in my opinion. Because at the end of the day, with the college crowd, feel like they're more attached to the team. That's how I feel personally. I feel like you're attached more to the team than the actual players. Now you do have your certain players that you love, that, love to see play, you want to see in the game. But majority of people just want to play with their team, with the Alabamas of the world, the LSU's, the Texas, Oregon, Ohio State. It's more tied to that more so than the players. With the NFL, it's different. It's different. You want to play with your Lamars. You want to play with your Joe Burrows, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. So I feel like I don't know. It was kind of a question, but also kind of like I don't know if I agree with that by Eric, in my opinion.
Real players definitely catapulted this game into like a new stratosphere that this game never was in before because it always had generic players. So I don't think EA can really step away from this, but it sounds like, according to this article, that this company is going to try to get players around $1,500 to be in the game, whereas last year EA paid $600. So we're talking about more than
Damn.
double. Now, you may say,
Yeah.
okay, well, $600 to $1,500 for a company like EA, I mean, that's not a lot of money. But the thing is, when you got 10,
Do
11,
you
12
realize how
thousand
many
players
college
that you're
football
licensing,
players there
that's
are?
millions and millions and millions of dollars. And games have
Yeah,
a
it
budget,
adds
so
up,
if it's
boy.
going to take them over budget, then that's going to change some things up. But once again, because the game was so successful, I think we don't have to worry as much about that. Now, maybe next year's won't be as successful because nothing's probably going to beat the first game back, but with how good it did, even if the numbers come down a little, it should still be enough to justify paying the players this money, I would think. But I would also have to think EA is going to probably try to negotiate this, and maybe they go from 600 to 1,000 or 1,200. We'll see. But if this company stands firm and they have all of these players under their umbrella, that's going to become possibly an issue to look at later on. We don't know much at the moment, but we do know that they're trying to get these players significantly more, meaning more than double
Yeah,
what they got
I
last
want
year.
to see
So
the
we'll have to
players
see how
get
that
paid,
unfolds.
but I
Now, in
also
terms of
don't
other
want
news
it to
about the game,
go
we're probably going to start getting a
over
lot more leaks and rumors leaking
like
out.
a
I would
crazy amount.
say sometime next month, and we'll probably get actual official EA news probably at the end of April or sometime in May. That's when we can expect the first trailer, because that's about the time that we got the first
Your
trailer
boy will be
released.
reacting to
Definitely
that.
make sure you're
Stay
subbed and stay
tuned.
tuned, because we're
I
going to be
might
getting
even
a
do it
lot more
live.
information about this very soon. Now, in my opinion, there's 5 big things they also need to fix about this game going into 26. And if you want to know about that, make sure you check out this video right here on the screen.
Like I said, I want to see the players get paid, but I don't want it to be a situation where there's certain players that feel like they should get paid more than what they actually, should. Let's be real. It's a couple of them players. I bet you're gonna hear a couple of them, and you're gonna be like, they want how much? They asking for. They on Twitter and stuff talking about they want this much. Who are you, my boy? You made 2 tackles last year and you want to get paid how much again? You better be good with 600, boy. I could have given you nothing. I'm just that's for the players. I feel like that's like you're gonna have. But overall, super excited, man. The success of 25, it was crazy to see. Crazy to even get the trailer. Like I remember the first trailer that came out, the breakdown of the sights and sounds was my favorite. My favorite, I still watch that to this day. The sights and sounds, like them going behind the scenes, showing what it takes, this and that. Like I think that was like really cool to show, especially because a lot of people always say, "Oh, it's just a copy and paste." God, if you have ever tried to make a video game, or you ever even attempt to open a program for a video game, you would know it's not easy at all. I don't care how many people is on your team. I don't care how long they've been working on it. Guess what? Software changes. Just like us. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.